Hi, this is Cheryl Hazzard. Back again. So, my dad told me there are basically three topics you don't want to bring up at a party, otherwise, you're going to start a fight: politics, religion, and abortion. And politics and abortion and religion, well, they all intersect on that one, on the last topic: abortion. Because you have the taking of a life, which is considered murder. And you have the religious sects who would say that, that's a life and you don't know what potential that person could have had for their life. And more to the point, what God would have said would have been their potential for their life. And then I had the thought today, what if God had told Mary she was going to have a baby, that she turned favor and she was going to have a baby? And the baby was going to be Jesus, and the baby was intended to die on the cross to save us all. And Mary decided she was going to get an abortion. And then there's a tough thing for me, because my dad told me that his cousin Richard, his mother, she went to go get an abortion. She wasn't ready to have another baby. She already had one. And back then, it wasn't legal, so they didn't have the doctors trained to give an abortion. She died, and so did the baby. And so both people died. And so it's tough. I could see it from a religious standpoint and the potential of a human life. What if that person was born and that person was going to be the person that saved the world one day? Or created a major invention that could change the world for the better. And that person wouldn't be born. And then I could see women who, they may not be ready to have a baby. But I don't know. I'm not sure that I would want that to be the first resort. It's a complicated thing. Like, I can understand how that's a topic that would spark a debate. I could understand how that would be a tough topic. And then there's, rapists who they rape women, and now they're saying that they should have a say in whether the woman is allowed to have the baby or not, when they forced them to have sex that they didn't want to have. Why do these men get that power to say that one? That's a baby they didn't want? They didn't choose to have sex to create the baby. They weren't planning on creating a baby. And that's a tough one too, because, well, you also have a baby's life hanging in the balance, and that's still someone's life. And then there's the potential of what that kid could have done. And, the mom may not want the baby, especially if they have a baby and it looks just like the rapist who forced them to have who forced themselves on him in the first place. So, I can see this being a tough thing. There's things that are just, they're not easy things. And maybe the most loving thing that woman does is maybe she has the baby and maybe she gives the kid up for adoption and lets somebody else raise the kid who would love it. Maybe she gives it a life and she does what she can. And that might be it. And that still would be not an easy thing for the woman, knowing that that's what she did. That would still be a tough thing. But there are tough situations where sometimes you make the decision and there is no easy decision. Sometimes you make the decision and you hope that God just steps in on that one and knows. And you're just, you're just like, you kind of go and wait for it when it comes to God, knowing that he'll step in. Sometimes you just have to do that. And things like that, I think it helps if you let God do that then. Anyway, that's just thought.